did a stranger publicly reveal all of your secrets? I was doodling in my notebook when our new substitute teacher walked in and immediately called me out. Elizabeth Payne, still drawing instead of taking notes, I see. Just like you do in your diary every night at exactly 10:47 p.m., the entire class went silent. My pen froze mid-stroke. How could she possibly know about my journaling routine? I'd never told anyone about that specific time or that I drew in my diary. And Arthur, she turned to my best friend. How's your grandmother doing? Still hiding her illness from the family? Sorry for the spoiler. Arthur went pale. Miss Owens smiled pleasantly as if she hadn't just dropped 2 bombs. She was young, maybe late 20s, with auburn hair and an outfit that screamed, trying too hard to be the cool teacher, but her eyes were sharp, calculating, watching our reactions. Let's start with attendance, shall we? She didn't use the roster. Instead, she walked down each row, naming students and adding personal details that made everyone squirm. She knew that Alvia's parents were secretly separated, that Harold had failed his driver's test 3 times, that Zoe still slept with her childhood stuffed elephant. How do you know all this? Alvia finally asked, voice shaking. A good teacher does her research. Now let's discuss Romeo and Juliet. But nobody could focus on Shakespeare. We were all terrified of what else she might reveal. During her lecture, she kept dropping hints. She mentioned Eli's shoplifting incident that had been expunged from his record, referenced Sarah's birth parents. At lunch, 15 of us gathered in the back parking lot. Everyone had the same shocked expression. How did a substitute teacher who'd never been to our school know our deepest secrets? Maybe she's a stalker, Eli suggested. Or a private investigator, Zoe added, but none of those explanations covered how she knew things we'd never told anyone. Arthur pulled out his laptop and started searching for information about Miss Owens. Nothing came up. It's like she doesn't exist online. We decided to investigate. Alvia's mom worked in the main office, so Alvia volunteered to check Owens' personnel file during her free period. Harold would follow her after school to see where she went. I'd search for any connection between her and our families. Alvia returned from the office looking disturbed. Her file is basically empty, just her teaching certificate and references from schools that don't exist. But here's the weird part. Her emergency contact is listed as Dr. Owens at our local psychiatric hospital. That name hit me like a brick. The same hospital where my aunt had been treated for paranoid delusions 5 years ago. She'd always claimed someone was watching our family. We thought she was sick. My brother was at that hospital, Harold said quietly. 2 years ago. He was hallucinating. One by one, everyone revealed connections. Family members who'd been patients, friends who'd been treated there. All of us had some link to that hospital. After school, Harold texted that he'd lost Miss Owens in traffic, but I found something else. My aunt's old journals from before her hospitalization. She'd written about a young woman who appeared at family gatherings and community events. The description matched Miss Owens. That evening, I called Arthur and told him about the journals. We decided to confront Miss Owens the next day. When we arrived at school, she was already in the classroom, writing names on the board, our names, with dates next to them going back years. Good morning, she said without turning around. I assume you figured out some of it by now. You've been stalking us, Arthur accused. She finally faced us. Studying, not stalking. There's a difference. Why? I demanded. Because you're special, all of you, connected by trauma and by the thin threads that bind communities together. I've been documenting how teenage social dynamics form around shared hidden pain. For 5 years, Alvia had arrived and was reading from a paper. This is from your real personnel file. You've been planning to substitute for our class since we were in middle school. Miss Owens' smile widened. Longer, actually, since some of you were in elementary. I needed the perfect group. 15 students, all with connections to the psych hospital. You were my dissertation subjects. That's illegal, Harold said. Studying minors without consent. Your parents consented. They just didn't know it. The psych hospital's admission forms include clauses about long-term family studies. I helped write them. We stood frozen as the weight of it hit us. Our family's most vulnerable moments had been legal permission for this woman to study us like lab rats. My research is almost complete, she continued. Just one more week of direct observation, then I'll disappear and you'll never see me again. Though of course, I'll continue monitoring from a distance. We'll tell everyone, I threatened. The school board, the news, everyone. She laughed. Tell them what? That a substitute teacher knows things about you? I've done no illegal recordings, no break-ins, just observation and psychological analysis. Plus, would you really want your secrets made public in a legal battle? The bell rang and other students started filing in. Miss Owens returned to her sunny substitute teacher persona. We had no choice but to take our seats. As class began, she turned to us with that horrible smile. Now who wants to share what they did last summer? Elizabeth, why don't you start? Tell everyone about what you did on July 25th. Everyone turned to stare at me, and my face went pale like I was about to pass out. I thought I'd somehow gotten away with it that day. Full story on channel linked below.